Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Hawashai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Hawashai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Hawashai, Ka Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahwashai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the water, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahwashai, Shemai, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Akud. Shemai, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Akud. Shemai, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Akud. Want to give double honors to my elder apostles, the elder bishops, a great millstone who taught me the truth and continue to teach me the truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and to the Israelites that scattered abroad. To you I say Shalom. It's the brothers about Dawadah coming again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Adonai Ratazah beautified. Alright, and today I just have a few scriptures, okay, going into just an example of faith boosters. Okay, we all need faith boosters, myself first and foremost included. All right, and the Lord has given us throughout throughout His Word, all right, faith boosters and examples of how He came through numerous times for His children. Okay, and that's pretty much what this lesson is going to go into, and I don't really want to say it as a lesson. I really look at it more so of a faith booster, of just one of the many stories of how the Lord has come through, for His children. Okay, as we know, the scriptures goes into how He said, that He will never leave us nor forsake us. All right, and if we call upon Him, that He's going to answer. All right, and obviously we know it's not going to be when we want it, but it's going to be right on time. Okay, it's going to be on His time, because everything is on His timing. All right, we're just mere mortal people, in His movie, but He's not going to let anything happen to us as far as more so the elect is concerned. All right, those who truly believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, and what I want to go into is just the book of Daniel. Okay, and I just want to touch on, something small. Well, it's not small, but something that the Lord has done. All right, and with us knowing His Word, we know what He's allowed us to know and what He's allowed us to understand. Given the prophets, given those men of the Lord who He gave the Spirit to break down certain scriptures, break down certain words, the meaning of words, and things of such sort. All right, and has been passed down from generation upon generation. All right, and even unto this generation that we are in now. All right, which the world calls it Generation Z. All right, and I mean it makes sense. Okay, Z is the last alphabet. Z is the last letter of the alphabet. All right, which goes to show you that there is no more. All right, if you can understand what's being said here as far as Generation Z is concerned, you can understand that this is the end all be all. That there is no more. All right, this is the last letter of the alphabet. So there doesn't come anything after Z. All right, and this is the end of, as we know, Esau's rulership, so-called white man. All right, and those who believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai understands, all right, the times that we're living in. All right, and there's numerous, like I said before, there's numerous examples of how the Lord came through. And like I said, this is a faith booster, all right, to those individuals who need it, as well as myself. All right, because we already know that we're going to experience something that we've never experienced before. We're coming to a time that we've never experienced before. All right, and we're going to need, and we need as much hope, as much faith, okay, as that's possible. All right, and we also pray for as much faith and as much hope as much trust, as much understanding, as much wisdom as possible to be able to go through what we're about to go through, and never and not to bow down, all right, to the so-called white man, or give up, all right, for give up the trust in the Lord, all right, because we know that he's not going to leave us nor forsake us. So we just have to, hold steadfast to what he's given us, the lot that he's given us, and see it through, through the spirit of power. Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. But I don't want to ramble. I don't plan for this lesson to be long. But it's not up to me. But like I said, I just wanted to touch on the book of Daniel and what was going on with Daniel. All right. Which the Lord came through. Okay, the Lord came through, not just for Daniel, but Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, which weren't the Hebrew names of them. All right, but were Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Okay, that's their true Hebrew names. All right, but I do want to get a definition of come through, which I was surprised myself that there was a definition, at least on the website that I usually go to for definitions is concerned. I didn't expect to come through or to have a definition, all right, or at least have to separate come and through as well. But I was able to find come through together. All right, and those two words together, and pretty much it lined up exactly for what I was looking for as far as this lesson is concerned, or this this faith booster is concerned. Slakia. But through the dictionary.com. One of the sources that I usually mainly go to for come through, all right, and Salakia, the title of this lesson, all right, is or faith booster, is called "The Lord Will Come Through," and through the Spirit, I plan on doing another part to it, if the Lord says the same. But this lesson is entitled "The Lord Will Come Through." Probably name it Part 1 in parentheses or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. All right. But to come through, the definition was to emerge successfully. All right. And we pray and we hope that the Lord is going to come through for us. All right. Successfully. Now, obviously, the Lord is perfect. All right, so there is no mistakes that he makes. Yahweh Shem Shai, they don't make mistakes. So we already know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem, the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, and the faith that we have, and the hope that we have, and trust that we have in Yahweh Shem Shai, that he's going to emerge successfully. All right, he's told us exactly what he's going to do, through this word, okay, through the Bible, and has allowed his men, his prophets, to break down pretty much exactly what he said he's going to do. All right, and those individuals who believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, those individuals who pray and believe that they are the hopeful elect and want to be the hopeful elect, all right, are going to do know, all right, that the Lord is going to emerge successfully in what he says and what he plans on doing, which is rid in this place, okay, taking the so-called white man down, all right, as far as his kingdom is concerned, right, which was given to him, okay, exactly who that which was given to him. He has no control over any of the things that he's doing, okay, and that he's gonna bring, deliver, the hopeful elect out of the said destruction which is to come, or the said peril which is to come, right? Which we're living in those times, and we're really about to see it all goes down, all right. As far as the so-called white man is concerned, you can see his kingdom, which the Lord gave to him, all right, crumbling, and we're witnessing, which is a blessing, be alive to see at least this much as what is concerned, because we haven't seen anything yet. All right, as far as the Lord taking him down and taking him out of power. All right, so the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai will emerge successfully. All right, and has emerged successfully in any and everything that he's done. All right, it also reads to survive an illness or a setback. Okay, and really the Lord hasn't had a setback, but what, as far as this example is concerned, it was a minor setback. Okay, and which was really, it really wasn't a setback because he emerged, successfully, but at that time I could see why it would look like it was a setback. All right, and even with us, we have things that we go through in our lives that has set us back, some more than others, and it looks like there could be no way out. There could be no positive thing that comes from the so-called setback. But it goes to show you that, we were never in control of anything, since we were born, or, even, in the said times, in the past captivities that we've been here. All right. It may look like it was a setback, but it's all planned out. All right, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We may not understand it. It's not meant for us to understand it. All right, but like I said, it looks like it's a setback, but it's not. What I like to say, when something happens, as far as something that looks like a setback, I say it's a minor setback for a major come up. All right, I don't know if anybody has ever heard that before, but I've heard it numerous of times, and I've said it numerous of times. With different things that happen in our lives that we obviously didn't want to happen, but everything happens for a reason. All right, so it's a minor setback for a major come up. All right, and the come up, the Lord knows what the come up is. All right, and we experience it on His time. All right, so enough rambling. All right, I just want to go ahead. Like I said, I just have a few scriptures, just give an example, and that the Lord has just given us, of a miracle, and upon numerous of miracles. This is just one of the many miracles that, that He has done. All right, and I just bring it out to whoever it may touch, as far as the faith booster is concerned. May it touch through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, but we'll start off in Daniel 1 and 6 and 7, and I'm just going through scriptures because it's a lot to read. But the scriptures that I have is mainly just going straight into the point of what the Lord did and what He's going to do for the remnant which is concerned. All right, so this is Daniel 1, 6 and 7. It reads, "Now among these were of the children." You know what? I can't start right there. Salakia, bear with me. You know what? I'll start at 3. I can't start. It's just I just don't feel right starting at that. I don't know why I wrote it down like that. But we'll just start at 3, and the point being 6 and 7. The point that I want to bring out, but just for context sake, I want to bring this out. But this is Daniel chapter 1, verse 3, and I'm gonna read on down to 7. It reads, "And the king spoke, Salakia, and the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning, and knowledge, and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. or Chaldeans, Salakia. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years that at the end thereof they might stand before the king. 6 it reads, Now among these were of the children of Judah, which we know already, all right, the southern tribe, all right, same tribe that our Lord Yahushua came from, all right, reads Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. All right, now through the Spirit, I didn't know this would be the thumbnail that that I had planned on. It just so happened to be that. But as it reads, the children of Judah, all right, are the American blacks, okay, which it pretty much tells us, all right, what these men look like, okay, the children of the Lord, all right. So the children of the Lord are not so-called white people, all right. Our power is not gonna look like a so-called white man, all right. Now, once again, this knowledge, wisdom and understanding is for those individuals who, the Lord gave the Spirit to believe in and believe on, and to know who our power is, all right. But it goes to show you, all right, what they look like as far as having melanin is concerned, all right, or the color, all right, of them, all right. So once again, verse 6 it reads, Now among these were of the children of Judah, all right, which are Judites, all right, who are the true children of the Lord, all right, are the true Jews, all right, of the Lord, all right, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, which are the true Hebrew names of those men, all right. It says in verse 7, it reads, Unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name of Belteshazzar, and to Hananiah, Shadrach, and to Hananiah of Shadrach, and to Mishael, Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego. All right, so those weren't, as we read, all right, those weren't the true names, okay, of those 3 men, all right, not even Daniel, okay. But I'll read on to 8, and then I'm going to drop down, all right. 8 it reads, But Daniel proposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. All right. So we'll drop down, all right, to verse 17. All right, and we'll read on. We'll just read on down. So this is Daniel chapter 1, 17. It reads, As for these 4 children, the Most High gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. All right. Hence the fact that he was the only one that was able to decipher the dreams that the king had at the time. All right. And break them down. All right. Because the king, I believe, was Nebuchadnezzar, if I'm not mistaken, that had these dreams, that scared him. And he called in, different men, as far as, who were to have wisdom and, that were experts in astrology and, but it's just left my head, like sorcery and things of such sort, wizards and things of such sort. They weren't able to decipher the king's dream. All right, only Daniel was. All right, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the one, are the ones who place dreams on us, as we're sleeping. All right, and through the Spirit, that was the Lord had placed those dreams, or at least that dream on him, and Daniel, given the understanding from the Lord, all right, and learning and wisdom from the Lord, he was the only one able to receive, and break down the dream that the king had. All right, 18 it reads, "Now at the end of the days that the king has said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar, and the king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel." All right, because the Lord put that spirit on Daniel to be able to do so. All right, it says none, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king. All right. Now, I believe with this lesson, or I keep saying lesson, but faith booster. This is more so just going into Daniel. All right, and part 2 through the Spirit would be, Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. All right, but as it says right here, okay, the Lord had dealt with all four of them. Verse 20 it reads, "And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians." That's what it was. I couldn't think of the word magicians. Is what was used in the scriptures. Better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. And Daniel continued even unto the first year of King Cyrus. All right. We'll go to Daniel 2, and we'll read 1 and start off the top of Daniel 2, 1 and 3, and then we'll drop down as well to 10 and 13, 10 and 13, Salakia, to give more context of going into, how the Lord showed, how he's going to come through, and how he can come through and how he will come through on his word. All right. And not to get off subject, but the thumbnail, I was just looking at it. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. These are the 12 tribes that the Lord considers his people. All right. His children, the Lord, the ones that he's going to deal with. All right. Or the Lord, not the one he's going to deal with, the Lord, that he deals with. All right. For anybody who, if, watches this video and doesn't understand what the thumbnail is, all right, these are the true children of the Lord. All right. And they come in 12, and they're in 12 different tribes. All right. And what makes up the 144,000 that are the governing body, that will be the governing body in our Lord Yahushai's kingdom, all right, will be 12,000 men from each tribe. All right, so 12 times 12 is 144. All right, so 144,000 men, 12,000 men from each tribe will make up the governing body and rulership. All right, Salaki, like I said, I wasn't trying to get off subject, but it came to my spirit to say that and bring it out, just in case somebody's watching and doesn't understand that picture. But it's like Daniel 2, all right, 1 through 3 reads, "And in the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Then the king commanded to call the magicians and the astrologers and the sorcerers and the Chaldeans for to show the king his dreams. So they came and stood before the king. And the king said unto them, I have dreamed a dream, and my spirit was troubled to know the dream. Okay, so once again, all right, he called who he felt to know, to be able to break down the dream that he had. All right, and once again, they failed him. All right, and once again, Daniel was able to break down the dream through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and let him know, what he was dreaming and what was the meaning behind the dream, because that's what bothered him. He didn't understand why why he had the dream and what it was behind the dream, all right, that he had. All right, so we'll drop down to 10. We'll drop down to 10. It reads, and the Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matter. Therefore there is no king, lord, nor ruler, and ask such things at any magician or astrologer or Chaldeans. So pretty much was saying that there is nobody here that can break down this dream and tell you, all right, what's being said here, all right, or why you have this dream, or what's the understanding, all right, more so, Salakia, the Wadi Habashim Yashai, more so, what is the understanding of this dream, all right, because that's really what he was trying to understand. That's what he was trying to understand was why he had this dream. What was the understanding? What was the meaning behind this dream that he had? Because it bothered him, all right. But once again, he bypassed Salakia. He bypassed Daniel, all right, and went to who he felt would be able to, answer. And once again, they failed him, all right. Let's see. And we'll drop down to 13. It reads, and the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain. All right, which his fellows were, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, or Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. All right, which are the true names, the true Hebrew names of those three men. And what I want to do, Salaki, give me just a second, bear with me. Okay. What I want to do, just to bring back this scripture, all right, back in Daniel chapter 1 and 20, just to prove a point. I'm going to read it and then I'll just say, what I'm getting at. This is Daniel 1 and 20. It reads, and in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. All right, which we know that the wisdom of this world is foolishness. All right, the wisdom that doesn't come from Yahweh Shem Yahushai bears none to anything. All right, if the wisdom doesn't come from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, it means nothing. Okay, so the wisdom of this world, or the wisdom of that world and that time when it was happening between King Nebuchadnezzar and Daniel, all right, and Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. Okay, if that wisdom doesn't come from on high, all right, that wisdom is nothing. It means nothing. All right, wisdom of this world, or wisdom of the world, and wisdom that comes from on high are two different things. All right, and which goes to show you back in 20 why I brought it up is just to bring back the point that it was, as it read, it was 10 times better than 10 times better. And once again, that we know 10 and 7 goes into completion. All right, so it was 10 times better than his men. All right, which pretty much the Lord gave him anyway. All right, but the magicians, astrologers, and sorcerers, which the Lord is not a fan of, and has none that doesn't attend to the Lord. All right, was 10 times better. All right, which goes to show you that if it doesn't come from the Lord, you're not going to prosper. All right, hence the fact that the Lord is going to come through. The Lord came through for Daniel to show, even though Daniel wasn't expecting to to do it. you know. But it just showed you that the Lord came through for Daniel, all right, and when it came to those two dreams that King Nebuchadnezzar had, all right. So let me just go ahead and go down because it's already at 30 minutes. I've been talking too long. But this is Daniel 2. And Lord will, if it be, I'll bring out a part 2 because I do have some extra stuff that I want to go into pertaining Daniel as well. All right. But I would say the book of Daniel. But we'll stay in chapter 2 and just drop down to 17. All right, it reads, and this is going into after, where I stop off at. Salakia 13, Daniel chapter 2 and 13, it reads, and the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain. Those wise men were going into Daniel, Mishael, Hananiah, and Azariah. All right, it reads, and the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain, and they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain. So we'll drop down to 17, and I'll read on down, and then we'll close it out. It reads, then Daniel went to his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions, which that doesn't need no breaking down. He went to tell them what happened. Then, Salakia 18, it says that they would desire mercies of the Most High of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. All right, because the wise men of Babylon are not a comparison or no comparison to Daniel, Mishael, Hananiah, and Azariah. All right, those are true men of the Lord. The Lord doesn't deal with the world as he does with his children, his true children. All right, that's the wisdom of the world. 19 reads, then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the power of heaven. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of the Most High forever and ever, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for wisdom and might are his, and he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. All right, which is why it goes to show you why he gave them, those four brothers, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right. 22 it reads, he revealeth the deep and the secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou power of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. All right, so Daniel ended up having Daniel was able to. The Lord gave Daniel what the king needed as far as being understanding. Once again, the Lord gave Daniel understanding to understand, or to give understanding to King Nebuchadnezzar of why he had this dream and what was coming behind that dream that he had. All right, and the Lord once again came through, okay, because they wanted off with the brothers' heads, okay, and so the Lord blessed them. They went in, they got word that they was that they were to be slain, and then they came back and Daniel came back and told the three brothers and told them that, okay, that we need to pray, and ask for mercy and for the Lord to give Daniel to give Daniel understanding of the dream once again that King Nebuchadnezzar had. Okay, so I'll read. I'll just read because I don't want to. It's going to be too long if I read too much. I'll read down a little more. It says 24 reads, Therefore Daniel went into Arioch, whom the king had ordained to destroy the wise men of Babylon. He went and said thus unto him, Destroy not the wise men of Babylon. Bring me in before the king, and I will show unto the king the interpretation. Then Arioch brought in Daniel before the king in haste, and said thus unto him, I have found a man of the king Salakia. I have found a man of the captains of Judah that will make known unto the king the interpretations. All right, as we already know, the tribe of Judah is where our Lord Yahushua, all right, comes from. All right, and Daniel once again, okay, if you haven't read it, obviously it's something that we all should know. But I'm not gonna go further into it because it's already about to be 40 minutes. But Daniel was able to give him understanding of what the dream meant. Okay, gave understanding to Nebuchadnezzar what the dream meant. All right, so like I said, this has pretty much been more so a faith booster of just knowing that the Lord's going to come through for us. Even though, no matter what befalls us, all right, in the times that we're coming in, all right, because we already know that it's going to be, the worst of times, that's never happened to us in a lifetime. All right, so we have to just continue to believe and continue to have faith and hope that, the Lord remembers us, all right, in those times that's to come, all right, and that He's going to come through, if we are of that number that's going to be saved and delivered, all right, that He's going to come through for us, all right. So that's in my lesson, faith booster, entitled "The Lord Will Come Through." I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, what an elder bishops, a great millstone who taught me the truth and continue to teach me the truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. And with that, I want to say Kwam Yasharallah and Abba Abba. Shalom.